and we're going to download the Mac version of Python, and it will also install the default editor or development environment. So let's see, we'll go look for 3.1. If you keep scrolling, you'll find it. There's 3.14, that looks close enough to me. We'll click on that one. And it says, here's Python. These are the things we've got, what's new, and it gives us our downloads. And what we want is this Mac OS. And we'll just go ahead and download the Mac. We'll save the file. Mine looks like it's going to be 16 megs. So it should take a little bit for that to work. My downloads folder is going. Oh look, the download is already there. I'm using Firefox, so that's why I can take a look at my downloads. And here's our README, our licenses, and our build, and our nice Python package. So I'm going to double click on my Python package. Yes, I do want to open that. If yours is doing this, you may have to go into the preferences and allow that. What it's doing is it's saying, I don't know who this is. So security-wise, this is kind of freaky. And I'm going to say, open it anyway. Yep. Okay. And it's still not going to be nice. So I'm going to unlock it. I'm going to give it the password. So I've told it that go ahead and open the thing I wanted. Now it's doing this pretty much just to make sure that we're okay and you really knew what you wanted to install. So I want to open that. We're just going to allow from anywhere for a second. I'm going to install it. Yes, I really want to do this. Yes, I do. Yes, I agree. And install location, that should be fine. I'm going to install. It's going to ask me, yours may or may not have an administrative password, but if yours has an administrative password to install things, go ahead and give it that. And it's going to go ahead and install. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to do video magic and pause while it does install. So mine is installed correctly. I'm going to click close. And so this is all set. I don't need this folder anymore, and I want to tell it, hey, make sure it's only the app developers again and lock that. So I'm putting my settings back the way they should be. So now I'm going to go, I don't need Python right now, Python's website, so I'm going to close that and my editing environment for my videos. So I'm looking for idle. It's IDLE, and that is my Python. And it'll start up. So this is my development environment, and you'll see idle will come up, and I get my Python shell. And I can say something like print, needs to be lowercase, print, hello students. And it prints out hello students. This is a console, so this is where I can interact with it, test things out, but it doesn't save anything. So I'm not going to save a file from here. And if you notice, if I do capital print, hello students, it's not going to work. It gets upset. We've got the traceback, most recent call, print hello students, the name error for print. Python is an extremely sensitive language about spelling and case sensitive, very case sensitive. Another thing we saw really quickly is that putting quotes, so we've got print, parenthesis. So the parentheses, this means this is a method or function, and the parentheses hold things called parameters. So I'm passing it information for it to do something with, and that's what a function does, is do something with it. Quotes goes around text or strings. It's a collection of characters or a gathering of characters. Once you close the quotes, you have what it's going to print out. Now, what if I want to save this? This isn't going to save my code. This is just for testing out to see what's going to happen. So if I go to File and New, it opens in a development environment where I can actually save things. So this is my blank programming sheet. I can say print, lowercase, print, parentheses, hello world, or LO world. We'll go with LO. That kind of sounds fun. And notice I'm not doing semicolons at the end. There are some versions that do use semicolons, but this is more of a space or white space managed environment. So you'll have to be really careful about spacing and tabs. So print again, and this one we're going to say, this is awesome. And close our quotes, close our parentheses, and you'll see that it highlights to say, hey, the last parenthesis that was opened that you just closed with this closing one, that's back there. It's really nice of it to do that. So let's see. I'm not seeing what I wrote in here in my shell, in my console. So I'm going to go to Run, and I run my module. Yes, I want to save it. And I'm going to save it. Make sure you save into folders that actually make sense. So I'm going to do my summer 2015, my Python programs. I'm testing some stuff. So I'm going to say this is my hello.py. And the extension for Python is .py. And it says, hello world, this is awesome. And you'll see that the shell restarted right there. That's anything before that was not the program we just ran. If you lose the shell, you can go to Run Python shell, and it will pop up, and there we go. So hopefully this makes sense. You're going to want to make sure that you name things in alphanumeric, so letters, numbers, underscores are fine. Do not start a name with a number. That's against the rules, so we don't want to do that. And you do need to have .py. We also can do things where we don't have spaces in names. So if you have a name, let's do file save as. If you have a name that you would like to have a space in, hello underscore students, that will work, but don't use a space. So we've got our lovely little program. It's very large. I'm going to close it. I'm going to go open up the folder I had put it into. And it's in programs and testing. There's my beautiful file right there. If I double click on it, it will open up in text editor. And we'd prefer to tell Py programs that they're going to open. So I'm doing get info. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not opening these. I've turned these little tick marks down. I'm going to open this with idle. So you can actually choose, instead of opening with a text editor or whatever, you can choose what to open it with. You can say change all. And yes, that's all the Pys are going to open that way. Now when I double click on it, it will open in my idle. Another cool thing, we're going to need to make sure we have folders. So this is my root folder. And I'm calling it root so you know what I'm talking about, but you're going to actually have things like, oh, module 1 or tic-tac-toe or whatever the name of your project is. So project folder with your name. Make sure you put your file inside the project folder. And on Canvas, it tells you how to compress something, but I'm going to right-click and compress root folder. So this is the file I would actually submit to Canvas. So when you're giving the homework, that's the file you're going to turn in. And I need the whole root folder. I need all of the files that are inside the root folder to be turned in. So I'm going to go to Canvas. Okay, so now I'm in my Python class. And I'm going to go to homework 0. And I can submit an assignment. And then I can browse for my compressed folder that I just made. So it's in summer, it's in my Python programs, in testing, and it's the zip folder of my root. And I only accept zip folders, so please be aware of that. And then I can say, this was fun. I had trouble with zipping or whatever you had for problems so that I know this. And then go ahead and submit. I'm going to cancel. So now that you've had a quick overview of the idle of installing Python and how to submit stuff, I'm hoping to see you in another another session, and I will talk to you soon. If you have questions, please feel free to email me. Talk to you guys later.